What's up, everybody? Can't speak that loud because everyone's sleeping. It's like 10 to 2 in the morning, and I just made my first paint. No, not my first painting, but a first galaxy painting in Photoshop attempt. So I want to share this with you. You can see I'm starting to lay down the colors. I started with the back color, but now put in the colors and blend out everything. So from the tutorial I was viewing from, it said watercolors. So I looked for watercolors and got that, and they actually blend pretty well. And I was looking at the color wheel to see how the colors transition, from like orange heading to that red, then blue, from the blue to the cyan, like know your colors. But what helped me a lot here was knowing brushes, simply knowing the brushes. And in this process, I'm not saying I'm teaching all of this at this point. I'm saying it's my learning process. That's why I'm sharing this with you. And I learned all of this just by attempting to actually do it. So I learned a lot. The sky is actually darker than it should be. Did a number of things, kept on playing around, so just having fun with it. My idea was having a galaxy painting with some sort of character. I'm sure you saw from the thumbnail, and here in this video you'll see more. At this point I was adding a whole lot of light in a particular area of the place. It's not a point of the rule of thirds. I wish it was, but I was doing that to bump contrast. Then I tried to paint a skull. I'm not evil or anything, but just for visual interest. But that was supposed to be like engulfed. No, it's supposed to be engulfing the character who is skating, like skating off the hill. So I made both of their silhouettes, got the skull, and then started adding placement, wanting with the open mouth, And then I went and I was like, I'm not like painting a detailed face in this case. So I'm like, I'll just get the silhouette and see if I get the proper shape, and that works. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, you might not exactly see him, so how about some rim lighting to add some edges? So rim lighting did also help boost that effect, but not that much since the background is pretty bright. But did it either way. Tried to put in some guidelines for the rule of thirds, but it wasn't helping. So I tried to fill in the skull, put him in, get some colors, but I made him red, and when I got him, I made him blue glowy eyes, and then I'm like, this is gonna take forever. So I'm like, nope. Wasn't really bunking out. I'm like, never mind the skull, maybe you can catch him in my next one. Maybe. And then at this point I was like, I'll just leave the character be. So let me add some stars. I continued with the watercolor brushes that I had. Splatter brushes didn't work as well. Then I looked through the brushes that I still had, and if you actually go to the general brushes, the VFX brushes, the effects brushes, special effects brushes that you have, this can actually work. So I went on trying to blend the colors more. Not exactly blend, just add more colors. And then, is that a nebula? Is that a nebula? Well, I didn't know what it was when I was painting it, but it looked like one. I was just, trying to put in colors. I had like a bunch of, actually 3 to be technical. No, 4. 4 references, 4 images of galaxies that I was looking at. And as I looked at those, it gave me a basic idea of galaxy. So you should do that. And then I tried to add some debris, to give the skater an effect, to show his direction. At this point, how everything was going dark, I added overlay layer on top and then started painting, and it really helped. I did that on that side, and then came in, got one hell of a good brush stars, and I hit those stars, like I hit them real hard. And then I'm like, oh snap, I went too much, like you saw, so I went with a soft eraser and erased them. The default brushes, like the first general brushes, I clicked on that. Then I went to the soft one, I think it's the second last one if I'm not mistaken, and I started on a new layer, smoothing it out. It really helped too, but I only smoothed out that part where you can kind of see from the sun, and yeah, basically there to get a smooth sky up there, and then leave that trail behind the skater to have that kind of rough edgy look. Then I painted some onto the ground, and then went back into the character, get some rim lighting, because it wasn't looking enough. So I got some lighting from the sun. I'm like, where's the sun hitting him from? Then I looked at the nebula again, and I'm like, how about some sort of rim kind of thing? I did that over and over, and it didn't work until I used the lasso tool to give me that kind of shape that actually helped. Then I went and I painted bright in the center and a bit broad outside to give it that glowish kind of effect, also testing in a new layer, and basically got this, and that's it. Took 4 hours, my fastest painting yet. So subscribe, like if you enjoyed this, do me a favor, I would really appreciate it, because more is coming. This is my learning process I'm sharing with you, so subscribe. Said that horribly. And thanks for watching. Comment, what should I try next? Tell me, give me a shout. I would love to do so much more.